Coastal Common Council meeting, Tuesday, November 28th, 2017. Calling to order at 7:06, and can I get confirmation of the appropriate meeting notice?
The agenda was posted at Dave's Ace Hardware, Piggly Wiggly, and Milton City Hall.
Item number 2, approval of the agenda.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? We have an agenda. And we will now stand to do the Pledge of Allegiance, and Teresa will lead us.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Thank you, Teresa. And now we have a very special event tonight that we're really excited about. We have the swearing in of Milton Police Officer Jared Fish.
Right here. Okay. I, Jared Fish, having been appointed as a police officer for the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Wisconsin.
So Jared has his family here tonight. He is a Milton resident from back in the day. We because of a variety of reasons, took so long to do this that he's officially off field training Friday. So
Congratulations!
he also got field training done a little fast too, so it wasn't all me. But happy to have him aboard. He's doing awesome, and happy to have his family here to help do this for us tonight. So thank you.
Great. Okay, we are going to have public comments regarding items which can be affected by council action. And we have some very special guests tonight from the Ice Age Trail. Did I miss part of the title? It's not Rock County Ice Age Trail, right? It's just Ice Age Trail Alliance. No, Ice Age Trail Alliance. There we go. And they came to Parks and Rec tonight because the city of Milton has been working on a little project that started almost a year ago to be designated a trail community. And we would like them to share some information about that little process and where we're at in the process, because we're really excited. And Parks and Rec has put in a lot of work to do this. So whoever wants to go first.
Thank you,
You
Mayor.
can go up to the, yes, you know.
I should know this. Okay. My name is Ed Madare. I'm a member of the Ice Age Trail Rock County chapter. Our leader, Dennis James, is unable to make it tonight, so I came in his stead. So me and my colleague, Jay Gasser, who is also a member of our Rock County chapter, could attend the meeting. After I just give just a few comments, Luke Coberdance, who's on staff of the Ice Age Trail Alliance, will certainly be able to expound on a few things, so we'll certainly be brief. First of all, I want to thank the Rec Commission. Tonight we had I think a pretty good meeting reviewing what's included in the memo of understanding and how Milton is going to become a Ice Age Trail community, which we believe is going to have a lot of benefits. Janesville, as you know, is already a community. We're anticipating that in the next maybe 2 years, Evansville will also be able to qualify, so we can take care of all of Rock County. And as I mentioned to the Rec Commission tonight that what we're trying to do is develop not only just the outdoor experience for people using the trail, but also to have it as a benefit to the businesses in the community. As we mentioned, there's a lot of folks from Illinois that come zooming up 39 and keep going. Well, our goal is to have them stop at Rock County and spend some time here, enjoy this area, and certainly patronize the businesses here. So again, I want to appreciate it. Interestingly enough, Mayor Welsh attended the the Rock County chapter's annual meeting last January, and we had a brief chat, and she said, we're going to have an Ice Age Trail community or trail community in Milton. And Mayor Welsh, I don't know what it's like with your staff, but you certainly, when you press the accelerator, you mean business. And so we appreciate that, and we think it's going to be a benefit certainly to the city of Milton and certainly to the residents of Rock County. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, the danger with letting Ed go first is there's nothing left to say. Nice job, Ed. I'm Luke Lobrantz. I'm Director of Philanthropy for the Ice Age Trail Alliance based out of Cross Plains. And you know what this project really is we could talk about economic impact. We could talk about health benefits of the trail and being outside and immersed in this great landscape from Storrs Lake through Rock County. But really what this is about community and bringing this benefit to the community and raising awareness of what the trail provides the citizens of Milton. And we're really honored as the statewide staff and everyone that oversees this 1,000+ mile route that we've got a little corner of Rock County to call home. And we thank you for your support, and we look forward to working with you from now forward. So thank you very much.
Thanks. And there will be a big event coming up next year that we're excited, but we can't spoil that. So it's top secret right now.
Just do the right thing on December 5th.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Okay, we have some more public comment. Jerry Schutz up next. Thanks, guys. Yeah.
Sorry if I got a little bit of a cold, so I'll try to be as brief as I possibly can. Jerry Schutz, I'm here as the board chair for the Milton Area Chamber of Commerce. I'd like to speak about the budget and nonprofit funding allocation for tonight. First and foremost, I want to thank all of you, and the board of directors would like to thank all of you for your hard work on the development of the proposed 2018 budget. I probably know perhaps as good as anybody how challenging putting that document together is and all the tough decisions that you folks have had to make along the way. And your commitment to fiscal responsibility while still prioritizing investments into this community is greatly appreciated by our board of directors and our entire business community. But what I would like to say is I know from the last meeting that we were briefed on that there was some pretty intense discussions, as there are annually, about the funding allocations for nonprofit organizations. The Gathering Place, the Milton Historical Society, the Parker YMCA's Youth Scholarship Program. And I think we heard a good example here tonight of another community asset that adds to the quality of life in Milton and our entire community. And those organizations are long-standing organizations that add to our quality of life, and they require investment. And the investment that we ask of our taxpayers to make represents less than 0.5% of the budget that you will approve tonight. And I think everyone that you would talk to would suggest that all of those organizations add a heck of a lot more value to this community than 0.5%. And the Gathering Place provides a place where our seniors gather. It provides meals for the economically disadvantaged. Our Historical Society and the Milton House provide a wonderful destination for visitors, and those visitors often enjoy our local businesses. The Milton House also provides a place where we can proudly share our community's history, not only with our residents, but with the visitors, and we use that Milton House as a place to attract people to come to, and not only to visit, but to possibly establish a business, or to work, or to establish a family. And so, last but certainly not least is the YMCA of Northern Rock County and their Youth Scholarship Program. I spent 19 years of my professional career as a police officer, and at-risk youth and the challenges that they face were always a very big passion of mine. And I will tell you this, is that the investments in preventative measures, in providing connecting points, whether it be the Milton Area Youth Center, the Parker YMCA and its Youth Scholarship Program, or any of those sorts of things, are another community asset for which our residents and families use to help keep people out of trouble and to provide meaningful experiences for them and mentorship opportunities that are used by a lot of people in this family, in this community, probably more than you would know. More importantly, I'll put together all of those organizations, make connecting points between our community. And it's for those reasons in particular, that they're all connecting points that bring us together and share our commonalities rather than our differences, that I'm asking the mayor and the city council to please approve tonight's budget with the full funding allocations for the nonprofits as requested. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Carrie? Kleba?
Thank you again, Madam Mayor. Thank you, City Council, for letting me approach you about the upcoming proposal to approve the budget. I first want to say, I hope the city knows how much we do appreciate everything you do for us. The City of Milton is by far the Milton House's biggest advocate. It's our honor to be placed right on your banner on your website. The Milton House is in many ways, as I say, the Eiffel Tower of Milton. If somebody sees an image of the hexagon, they know exactly what it is, they know exactly where it is, and they know exactly what it does to this community. We appreciate your support, but we do ask for your support by consideration in this budget. The thing about the nonprofits is, as Jerry said, what they bring into this community is beyond numeric value. We bring quality of life, we bring attractions, we bring tourism. So I would actually argue that contributions to the nonprofits as requested are one of the few things you will spend money on that actually brings a return to this community, not only in quality of life, but frankly in real dollars. As we said in our last presentation, in tourism funding alone, over $235.2 million was brought in by tourism in Rock County last year. And that, relates to $28.4 million in taxes, local and state. Please remember that when you are considering the $10,000 that the Gathering Place is asking, the $10,000 that we're asking for, and the $1,200 that the Y is asking for. That's an investment that brings very real returns to this community. So thank you again for your consideration, and thank you for everything you do for us throughout the year.
Thank you. Is there anybody else that wants to comment but maybe didn't get a chance to sign it? Thank you very much, everyone. And I just want to say, I appreciate you coming to multiple meetings. The budget process is, it's a deliberate, it's a thoughtful one, and it's very time consuming. And that's purposeful. It's because as guardians of our citizens' tax dollars, we want to be very thoughtful, and we appreciate your effort in continuing to come back to the council and give us more information and speak on behalf of your groups. So I do appreciate that. I know it takes time and it takes effort, and you represent your groups very well. So thank you for doing that. Approval of the minutes, November 14th, 2017.
So moved.
There's a motion and a second. All those in favor? All those opposed? The motion carries. Item number 7, discussion and possible action on resolution 2017-21, adopting a budget, appropriating funds, authorizing expenditures, and levying a tax, therefore by the City of Milton for the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2018.
So before you this evening is a resolution which does all those things that the mayor just listed. It sets the budget, sets the levy, secures the expenditures for the 2018 fiscal year. At our last meeting on November 14th, we had the public hearing, gave a budget presentation. There was considerable discussion at the end of that meeting as to some points of interest from the council. They provided direction to staff on how to handle those points of interest, mainly regarding nonprofit allocations and regarding the creation of a capital replacement fund. With that information in hand, staff has finalized the budget as presented with the resolution. And as a matter of kind of just overview or summary, with that information included in the budget, if the budget were to pass this evening as is with no changes, it would represent a 1.28% increase in the tax rate for the city of Milton. The budget has all nonprofit allocations fully funded, and the budget has the capital replacement fund included in it as directed by the council. If you have any questions, Dan or I can certainly delve into any greater detail, but those are the only items that have had any change since the last time we met on the 14th.
What's the change to the capital issues?
It was the creation of the capital replacement fund to the amount of $35,000.
It went from having like a $5,000 some odd dollar allocation, we added $30,700 and some odd dollars.
Correct. Did you
So there's
get
like $36,000 in there.
in the capital replacement fund?
Okay, and then, am I understand then that the $21,000 set aside for nonprofits is still in there,
Correct.
and that none of the issues that didn't make the budget, the capital issues, have been addressed?
Correct. No new capital items have been included in this budget from what you saw on the 17th of October, the 7th of November, or the 14th of November.
I guess my vote doesn't change then.
Except we did receive the information from Public Works, and we will have the information early in 2018 on the replacement schedule that Howie was working on. So I'm actually feeling very comfortable with our budget as is, and so I will make a motion that we approve the 2018 budget as is.
Second.
Just one comment before we vote. It's in my opinion, if we pass this tonight, we're turning our back on our fiscal responsibilities to the city government, period.
I just want clarification.
Go ahead.
So your motion is to approve the resolution, correct?
Yes.
Thank you. I just want to make sure. Understood.
That was just, okay. So, Inga, do you want to read that back again?
Alderperson Clark motioned to approve Resolution 2017-21, and Alderperson Holbrook seconded.
Okay. Does everybody understand the resolution? And is there further comments or discussion?
I'm just happy that we started this capital line item. I think it's important to be mindful of projects that don't exactly make the cut year to year, and I think this fund would help us in emergency situations. So.
And I concur with that, and I think we'll see it grow a little bit each year, and that'll be helpful for some of our larger long-term needs. So.
Does anybody else have a comment or anything? So one thing that I did want to comment on that happened this evening that most of you didn't have the opportunity to hear about is some of the things that we talked about in Parks and Rec regarding the Ice Age Trail and becoming a trail community. And one of the things that was brought up is how trail communities across the entire state of Wisconsin incorporate lots of their historic sites, their social gathering places within their promotion of the Ice Age Trail. What the Ice Age Trail brings to this community and being a trail community helps to highlight all of these special attractions that Milton has. And you heard the two gentlemen speak tonight that have been working on helping communities be designated Ice Age Trail communities. And one of the things they specifically brought up was the Milton House. They specifically brought up having the Rock County Alliance chapter have their next annual meeting at the Gathering Place. And I was just surprised because it just happened that they came to the Parks and Rec tonight. And to me, that perfectly ties in everything. Everything that we're doing to promote the city of Milton, to be a community, to highlight our history and all that we have to offer. And the other thing that the council already has done is they have paid the $2,500 for the application fee to become an Ice Age Trail community. And some of that funding comes back to us. And we actually get to advertise on the Ice Age Trail website all of these attractions that we have to offer. So if you're going to hike the Ice Age Trail, we're going to be able to say, why don't you stop at the Milton House? Or why don't you have a drink at the winery, or the 2 wineries that we have? Why don't you look at the library, the Gathering Place? And that is all part of becoming a trail community, but it also is tying our lovely attractions together. So, this is something that the council has already supported, this quality of life, and I want you to keep that in mind when you're thinking about this budget. Yes, you can.
Okay. I do want to actually raise a couple points too. I know I mentioned a lot last time we had a meeting about the comprehensive plan and stuff, and I reread it a couple more times and just want to point out a couple quick things, and then that's all I want to say. First off, I just want to mention that the recommendation from the comprehensive plan is for the city to actually protect and enhance the city's unique historic sites, including the Milton House, Milton College, and the Goodrich House. So it actually calls that out in our comprehensive plan as one of our things to try to do as a city for ourselves. But also, I want to mention that many other cities support their senior centers, which the Gathering Place acts as, even though it's a private entity, it still is our city's senior center. And some cities actually have their own senior centers that they run themselves and fund themselves. I mean, you look at all across Wisconsin, you see cities funding their senior centers. So to not provide any funding for that, I think, is kind of silly. And then finally, just want to say that I also interviewed or talked to a bunch of people inside the city, and I would say I talked to some people outside the city, and some of them would actually say that it would be fiscally irresponsible to not support these entities because they do bring in so much to the city as well. So I do want to point those out.
Anything else? Anybody else? Last call. All right. Here we go. We're going to welcome in 2018 in the city of Milton. All those in favor of the motion? All those opposed?
No.
The motion carried. Congratulations, Milton. You have a 2018 balanced budget. For now. Thank you, everybody, for coming tonight who came for the budget discussion and possible action regarding December and January Common Council meeting schedules, because we have spent a lot of time together and we want to continue, right?
Yeah, the reason we put this on the agenda is we just wanted to have a general conversation about how the council want to handle meetings in December and January. If we wanted to just continue with the regular schedule or not. At this time, if we were to follow the regular schedule, there would be a meeting on December 5th, December 19th, and January 2nd. We know for certain that we have to have the meeting on the 5th based on a number of items that will be on that agenda that evening. But in conversations with many of you up here, the question was, are we planning on having a meeting on December 19th? And I guess that question is really for you all to consider. As the mayor said, we have spent 5 out of the last 6 Tuesdays together, but I can certainly make it 7 out of the last 9. But that's just a general thought. We have a very, very, very full agenda on December 5th. I will say that. But I guess it's up to you how you want to handle, if you want to have the meeting on December 19th or not. In years past, we have had that meeting, and in other years that I've been here, we haven't, so.
Well, the only comment I would have is if we don't meet on December 19th, I think we're gonna have to meet on January 2nd, because that would go I wouldn't feel comfortable going that long without meeting. So I guess either meet on the night, just keep that in mind.
Yeah,
I
whatever
mean,
you
we
guys
can't
decide,
like
yeah.
not do city business for weeks on end, I feel.
I agree. I was saying that if we don't do the 19th, that we should the 2nd, I guess. I don't know which one is less cumbersome for people. Maybe that's the question.
Yeah, maybe that's a better way to look at it, yeah. Or we could do them both. I mean, there's nothing that says we have to cancel anything.
And we can write presents during the meeting.
I just think we might as well just go ahead and do them both.
Why don't we do them both, and then if it ends up that January 2nd, we don't have any city business,
That would be fine.
then we
I think
can,
that makes sense, because who knows what might crop up between now and then. I've had stuff surprise us in the past.
If there's a conflict, people have to just communicate.
Well, because the office is closed so much of that time between the two.
Yeah, between the 19th and the 2nd, we'll actually only be open 2 days. Which are three days.
And we would have been closed the second.
Yeah.
Except we have to be open to collect nominations.
Correct.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah,
right.
So
Yeah,
I'm thinking that one would probably be canceled.
the 2nd. Whatever you guys decide. Or we can play it by ear, too. I just wanted to make sure everybody had an opportunity to kind of have that conversation, so there wasn't.
Well, let's go with that intent, that we would probably not have a meeting the 2nd, with the idea that if we get all the work done that needs to be done between now and then.
I would say, what if we just hold off till December 19th to decide if we need the second one or not?
Exactly.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Well, we have another meeting next week, so that'll be 1 week closer, and, well, we'll know. Yeah, that's fine with me. But I have been asked the
right.
question.
We
have another meeting next week, yes.
right away. Let's skip that meeting.
Well, originally what we had talked about was maybe consolidating the December meetings to have just one meeting in December, but based on two
Right.
development projects that
Right.
are on a kind of a fast pace. They both wanted to go on the 5th, and that's why the 5th happened.
Yep.
So,
So do we have to make a motion, or
No.
everything's good?
no, just
All
wanted to, because I'd been asked by a number of people, I wanted to have that conversation so everybody be on the same page, so.
Any general items?
Yes, I have a general item. I just want to remind everyone of this awesome weekend that we have coming up in the city of Milton. It starts out with breakfast with Santa Saturday morning. Of course, you can always go shopping too, because our downtowns are nicely lit up and the stores have got lots of good deals. And then after breakfast with Santa on Saturday morning, then later on in the day, from 4 to 8, we'll have our Merry Milton tree lighting and bonfire, where we will have lots of yummy homemade cooked baked goods and hot chocolate. And then on Sunday, we will be having the house tours, the Christmas house tours. There's some very beautiful homes on the tour this year, so I would encourage everyone to check that out. And then Sunday evening at the Gathering Place, we'll have hot dogs with Santa. And then we can't forget the following weekend, we will have a Christmas carol at the Milton House. So a lot of things, a lot of very fun, festive things going on in the city. And I can't put my finger on it right now, but we also have some amazing concerts in our school district this month. So I would also encourage everyone to get out and enjoy the music and all the fun.
Thank you. Anybody else? Nothing? Motion to adjourn? Anybody? We just can't get away from each other. And there isn't even any team building on the agenda, so we can't even do that. We're all here. There's nothing. I don't know who made this agenda.
Because it's a special call.
So there's a motion. Is there a second? Okay. All those in favor? All those opposed? We're adjourned. Thank you, everybody.